I'm Dave Anderson. Today I'm in Fiji to review consumer surplus and producer surplus, which are often well marked on graphs as areas with distinct colors, but those areas tend not to be well understood. What did you pay for your last vacation? And what was it worth to you? If you would have paid more for the trip than you did, you enjoyed some consumer surplus. Consumer surplus is the net gain to consumers from the purchase of a good. The height of the demand curve indicates the most consumers would be willing to pay for each unit of the good. The difference between that willingness to pay and the price paid is the consumer surplus. Suppose you would be willing to pay up to $15 for a t-shirt. If the price were $10, you would receive $5 worth of consumer surplus from that t-shirt. If the price of the t-shirt were $15, you would be indifferent between buying the t-shirt or not, because paying $15 for a shirt that's worth $15 to you doesn't make you better off. The goal of buying things is to receive consumer surplus. Now let's consider interests on the seller's side. Producer surplus is the net gain to firms from selling a good. The height of the supply curve indicates firms' additional or marginal cost of producing each unit of the good. The difference between the price received and the marginal cost is the producer surplus. If the price of a t-shirt were $10 and a firm could make a t-shirt for $4, the firm would receive $6 worth of producer surplus from the t-shirt. If the price were $4, the firm would receive the marginal cost of that shirt but no more, so the firm would be indifferent between selling the shirt or not. Firms generally sell things because the sales provide producer surplus. Producer surplus is different from profit in most cases because the production of most goods involves fixed costs, such as the costs of renting buildings and machinery. Fixed costs aren't considered in the calculation of producer surplus because they aren't part of the marginal cost of making additional units, whereas profit is revenue minus all costs. Consumer surplus and producer surplus represent benefits from mutually beneficial purchases. These benefits can be lost if something prevents some of the mutually beneficial purchases. Although we won't get into the details of these policies here, the loss of consumer and/or producer surplus caused by policies you may have already studied that reduce the quantity bought and sold, such as price ceilings, price floors, quotas, and taxes, is a type of deadweight loss and results from the fact that there is no surplus from units that aren't bought or sold. Now let's look at a couple of special cases. If the demand curve is horizontal, that means the willingness to pay for each unit equals the price, so there is no consumer surplus. If the supply curve is horizontal, the marginal cost of making each unit equals the price, so there is no producer surplus. Remember that consumer surplus and producer surplus are the net gains that make buying and selling worthwhile. And the best things in life, such as sunsets, are free. So all of the enjoyment from those things is consumer surplus.